never thought much about my childhood imaginary friend, Gideon, as I grew older. In fact, I had nearly forgotten about him altogether. But one night, as the moon hung low in the sky, casting eerie shadows around my room, I awoke to the sound of a soft whisper. "Hello, old friend," a voice hissed from the darkness. I sat up in bed, my heart pounding in my chest. The room was bathed in an otherworldly glow, and there, at the foot of my bed, stood Gideon. But he wasn't the whimsical, cartoonish companion I remembered from my youth. He was different now, darker, more sinister. "Long time no see," he said, his voice sending shivers down my spine. I rubbed my eyes, convinced I was still dreaming. But when I opened them again, Gideon was still there, staring at me with eyes that seemed to pierce through my soul. "You've grown up, haven't you?" he mused, a twisted grin forming on his ghostly face. What do you want?" I stammered, fear clutching at my throat. Gideon's grin widened, revealing sharp, needle-like teeth. "I've waited patiently all these years for the right time, and now the time has come for you to fulfill your end of the bargain." Bargain? I racked my brain, trying to remember any childhood pact I might have made with this imaginary friend, but the memories were foggy, like a dream slipping through my fingers. Gideon glided closer, and the temperature in the room plummeted. "You promised me something, and I've come to collect. You can't escape it." My mind erased as I tried to make sense of the situation. What could I possibly owe my imaginary friend from childhood? I was just a kid when I created him, after all. Gideon leaned in, his breath icy against my ear. "I want your happiness. I want your joy. I want the very essence of your being. In return, I'll spare those you love." Dread washed over me, and I felt a cold sweat forming on my forehead. The room seemed to close in, the walls pulsating with an otherworldly energy. "I've been patient," Gideon whispered, his voice now a sinister melody. "But patience wears thin, and the time for payment has come." I pleaded with him, begged for mercy, but Gideon remained unmoved. As the night unfolded, I found myself caught in a nightmarish dance with my childhood creation, a malevolent force that had lingered in the shadows, biding its time. Now, as the moon dipped below the horizon and the first light of dawn crept through my window, Gideon's form began to dissipate, but his haunting words echoed in my mind. "I'll be watching," he hissed, fading away like a wisp of smoke. As the room returned to normal, I was left shaken, haunted by the realization that my childhood imaginary friend had never left, and had wanted something I couldn't comprehend or escape. The specter of Gideon lingered in the corners of my consciousness, a presence that would forever cast a shadow over my waking hours and restless nights.